Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Time for Victor Allen's new Sportz. Written, directed by the bald-headed black man. Rub his head and make a wish. Here is the man that the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Victor Allen, new Sportz. Come on down. Put on your sports bra and your jock strap. We got some powder for those little tight points. Yeah! It's sports! Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Sports!
Yeah, you got it all right.
Sports!
Okay. You ready for this, man?
I think so. I'm trying. I can't tell you the truth.
All right, man. All right. Okay. This is how we doing it, man. Okay. Let me just say this right offhand, man, because I know you've been watching the football, and it's probably the only thing you're watching lately, right?
I'm still on Pornhub with the premium membership.
That's right.
Pretty much every day.
All right. That's wrong. Hey, man, look, I got to do this. Welcome to the Hurt Hotel. I'm going to do that first. What's the Hurt Hotel?
Sounds enticing.
Yeah, man. The Hurt Hotel, man.
I could be the one hurting.
It's when average folks like me get hurt, we don't get those. You wait in line. You wait for hours. You beg and hope that the doctor will see you in a couple of weeks, right? The Hurt Hotel for NFL players is like this. They take you off the field.
They got it
right into the room.
Right.
Taking care of you.
That's right.
Looking at that contract going like, it's a that's
a lot of money.
That's money right there, right?
Right. It's beyond medical.
Right.
Like we talked about this. This is not the normal medical response to injury.
This is the dream everybody wants. That when I get hurt, they're waiting in line, carrying me in, security in front. By the time they get to the room, he could toss it up a little bit, walk out and say, I'm covered and I'm paid. With that being said, welcome to the Hurt Locker. But out of respect from the film, Hurt Hotel. Gronk is in the Hurt Hotel, which leads me to this question. Everybody got nervous when Gronk or Gronkowski got hurt. And he's probably out for the season. They can't rush him back. It's not
the only New England Patriot I like. He's it's like Emmitt Smith
because
on
he
Dallas.
Parties all the time and has.
Well, I like his whole family. I like him. Yeah. I like his whole family.
They straight keeping it real.
I like Gronk.
Right.
Man, I'm sorry he's hurt, dude. You're the only Patriot that I don't root for you, but I never root against you.
Right. Now, with that being said, all I'm saying is, now we got Earl Thomas, who has a broken lower leg or the fibula.
Did he break his fib?
It's fractured, but they say he's out for
non-displaced.
I didn't get that detail.
Okay.
All I know is lower leg.
That means if it's a crack or if it's food.
Yeah, they said it was broken at first. Then they just reported out for the season.
Okay, I'll find out.
And he's contemplating. He immediately tweeted from the room, "Thank you, all this other stuff," and contemplating retirement. Legion of Doom. Got a little less doom in the Legion. So here's my question that gets up to this point. Now it brings parity up a little bit because there's not a lot of teams out there that can compete with the Pats on the AFC side, but Seattle has to worry about Dallas. Who's your best bet? Who impacts the team more? Earl Thomas in Seattle as they march towards the Super Bowl, or Gronk with the Pats? If you had to go pick who's going to be hurting more, who do you think that's going to be, man?
I think Seattle. Because I think they're just more dependent on individuals. I think as a system, Vic,
right.
The one thing that they've impressed me with New England over the years is their ability to fill in with people I've never heard of.
Right.
Because they obviously have an extreme attention to detail in terms of their planning for their backups.
Right.
Because they seem to do it better than anybody else in the league, to me.
Right.
And so, no, I have to give it to them. Even without Brady, look how they looked. Come on, no. The New England Patriots, as much as I hate them,
right.
They are the consummate organization. And the one thing I respect is organization and planning. You're supposed to anticipate loss and be prepared. I come from a profession where you always anticipate loss.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest deal. Seattle, even though I think they have people, he's just a major player.
Right.
And their ability to step in with replacements, even though I think they're good, I just expect to see more of an impact because they were already sort of having some issues, right?
Right.
In the Seattle backfield a little bit, right?
Right. They do, but they got Bennett back.
I know. They got
Bennett back.
stuff. In other
They
words,
got back.
I wasn't.
Do you see what they did with the
Right,
Panthers?
and I said injury, right? Totally. That's why I
Defense
said. That's why I said the numbers don't tell the whole story, and we know that injury is part of it.
Right.
I'm just saying, interesting question, but I think I'm
going to bet on Brady. That's what you're doing.
I'm betting on the Patriots organization and the way that they prepare, dude. I'm sorry. To me, they're consummate, like on that.
Right.
They're they're the top. That's why they can replace all the time people.
And let me say this, just so people understand the hype here. Since 2011, who has the most victories, period, in the NFL? Seattle. Who gets the more hype because the organization is putting it down? That's 5 years now. And how many Super Bowls do they have between them in the last 5 years? One apiece. Who has the greatest quarterback right now that people are talking about? Tom Brady. When it all equals out, you point your media towards a storm of greatness because it's good copy. I know what you guys are doing. You're talking about the person
So
you
where
want
you
to see back
pointing
in
your
the-
media?
I'm sitting there saying they're equal in Super Bowls. Who has the most wins? And this organization up in the Northwest is saying, look, you guys are just not in love with Russell Wilson the same way because it's yet to be determined where his legacy is going. And since he's already going, I have years to go. Because Tom Brady's already made the mark, which we'll get into our next question. So, without hating, I'm not hating on the Patriots. I'm just saying when you look at the numbers and you look at what the winning is in the Super Bowls, why do the Patriots get more love? Why? Because of the prior Super Bowl wins and, of course, the winning percentage. But that's not what I'm getting into. You need to tell me who's going to threaten the Pats, bro. And right now, everybody's tossing up Kansas City.
It's funny you bring that up because I was just thinking about that yesterday as I was watching the game, and not that I went and looked at the whole division standings, and I was amazed at the separations
Right.
in every league.
It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, it's
terrible.
bad, and it is parity, but more parity down.
Down. That's right.
With just a few teams being
less great this year.
right. So you basically in the AFC besides New England.
Right. You ain't got Tampa Bay is in the
No,
I'm just saying Tampa Bay is the story on the NFC side. Who's your story on the AFC side?
Dallas.
No, on the AFC side.
On the AFC side.
You got Kansas City.
No.
So you already tossed them out, right?
It's written
Raiders.
but no, exactly. The big story is the Oakland Raiders, and it's a huge story, and they could beat the Patriots. So there is they could beat them. It's on any given day.
Defense wins. They get the quarterback.
I agree, but I'm saying on any given
All
day.
right. Okay.
It'll be. Let's put it like this: they're not going to walk into the game thinking they're going to lose.
I agree. I think what they're saying is when it all comes down, who schemes the best? The Pats. They
Pats
scheme the best.
But that's all
So
you
get
have
that.
in the AFC is the Pats and then everything else you can lump.
Right.
In the NFC, right, you
Right.
have Dallas.
And you got a couple other teams that play well against Dallas. And to go to another point, we'll find out between Kansas City and the Raiders when they play this Thursday to see who's really the
I
boss.
can't go
And they're going to
behind,
go to
dude.
Kansas City.
Dude, I can't get behind Kansas City. I'm sorry. I like Kansas City, but to me, they always are just a little, just not up to it.
Oh, you know what? Brick says you can't be stupid and play for the Patriots. Do you want to pull out some names of people who were stupid on the Patriots, man?
Their system can take dum-dums.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you know what, Brick?
They
Hey,
integrated.
Brick, they come in stupid, but then all of a sudden they can follow commands once they get to New England.
Right.
That's all I can say.
That's
So
just
I'm with
wrong,
you,
man.
Brick. I know what you mean. But they somehow get some stupid people who stop looking stupid.
Hey, look.
Do you remember how Blunt was looking before he got to New England?
He was just having a Happy Meal all the time.
I'm just saying LeGarrette Blunt did not look like this till he got to New England. I'm just saying, there's a bunch of you guys that before LeGarrette Blunt, he was a problem child, was he not? Everywhere he was?
Food.
Okay.
All right.
I got to get some fruit.
All right. Now, before I go to my next subject, do you want to bow your head for this brother? Because I got to stay with. Do we feel sorry for Cam Newton, man? Because after the shellacking they got last night.
No, I don't feel sorry for
You don't
myself.
feel
I feel
sorry
sorry for Cam. I feel sorry for people with multi-million dollars.
Wait a minute. Not okay. Get away from the money, bro.
Well, I'm not sorry.
Do you want
you lost?
Okay, you want people?
Boo-hoo.
Okay, you know some people feel sorry for you.
Can I get something for that? Who is it?
Right.
Can I get because I believe in some PP.
Right. All right. All right. Let me go on up here because I'm gonna continue this on because I'm not gonna go all through the scores and everything in the games. And I like what Tampa Bay is doing. I like what Kansas City, the Raiders, all that. I'm gonna let you guys on the fantasy end take care that the stats are already working for you guys. You don't need my elocution on that. Quarterback, best quarterback all time. More, you're gonna have to chime in, bro. Best and let me say this: the reason why I put these three individuals up, and respect to Otto Graham and the rest who actually came way before our time, I'm going to use the modern era because it's hard for me to
And a lot of people not going to call this the modern era.
Right? They're not.
You just ain't using the old ancient era.
I can't go back unless I have. If they can show footage,
I have no problem with concluding, even though my thing is that no matter who you are, you have to pick an era of which you're kind of focusing. There's going to be some inherent biases, but that's why you just get enough people to vote, Vic, of different age ranges,
right?
And then somehow look at that. I think that's the way you approach it because I don't think you can get away from individual bias on the part of the people who are evaluating.
Right.
Just got to get enough people voting.
Okay.
So I'm admit there's going to be some biases for me, but on the other hand, I can also make the argument that you don't have but so many of them who have had the consistent story.
Well,
over you can narrow it down to like 10 or 12.
Right.
And then you could debate within that, but it ain't going to be 30 of them.
Well, for those who may not be at the website, right below this graphic are the numbers of most combined NFL MVP and Super Bowl championships. And everybody knows that you go by Super Bowls first because you can have a whole bunch of MVPs. So
now remember,
so
hold
on.
Now that's arbitrary. You can say that, but everybody may or may not agree.
Let me say this. Do people come for parades when you get the MVP? When you get the MVP, how many people are on the streets parading? I'm just telling you, dude.
I didn't say that.
When you stimulate the economy and the market, is it because you're MVP? Is that the MVP? What is it? Super Bowls are game changers, economic stimuluses, all of it. So here it is. I got 3 quarterbacks who basically combining Super Bowls and MVPs. The only 3 that actually have Super Bowls that equate 4 apiece: Bradshaw, Brady, and Montana. And here's my question to you, man, before we even take it, so you can go all down this page and look. Well, what about Dan Marino, his efficiency, and all that? John Elway. Just let me ask you this. Say I'm the quarterback and I have 8 Super Bowl appearances. I have 4 Super Bowl wins. Would you rather have 8 appearances and 4 losses, or would you rather have an unblemished record of 4 appearances and 4 wins? What makes your resume look stronger, Mario?
I think I count appearances.
Okay. All right.
I think I count appearances just because it's just another example. I try not to have the biases. See, that's what I'm saying. In other words, recognizing that we have our biases, I try to steer away from what I think would be an obvious one, okay? Yeah. And so one of the tendencies for many of us is to say a Super Bowl loss is a negative. Well, that's a philosophical approach to living.
Right.
No offense. I go like I would rather have been in the race.
Right.
I wouldn't care if I had lost the Super Bowl. If I had lost the Super Bowl 8 times, I'd say, but I went to the Super Bowl 8 times.
So you're the person that says you guys need to give more respect to the Buffalo Bills and Jim Kelly.
I give respect to Buffalo Bills.
And Denver, who went through before Elway.
I do give it to them.
So how many parades did they have?
Are you judging it by parades?
I'm judging by parades, man. This is my show.
My favorite is Peyton Manning. Okay, so I look at this, and I don't even disagree with this chart.
Okay.
For the most part, I don't even. You could pick amongst the groups. This is what I like. This is what I like about the chart, because it's obviously I think combined. And now you've convinced me that combined NFL MVPs and Super Bowl championships equilibrate to the best in some kind of a way. Because I like these groupings. At least you could, if you want to take Tom Brady over Peyton, I can't even argue with that.
Right.
That's just a preference. If you want to take Joe Montana, I can't really. To tell you the truth, it's close enough that if you really want to take Terry Bradshaw, He's close. That's why I like the chart. He's at least close.
I know.
I agree with him being 5 if the other ones are a 6.
Yeah.
So I like the chart. I even like it with some of the other things like that. You have Brett Favre. Even I would tend to lump him with Troy and all them, blah, 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 blah.
Right. This argument is the same as what LeBron is going with Michael Jordan.
Oh, of course.
They're saying he will go to more championship games, but they will always count the losses because they said to eclipse Michaels to say he's perfect. 6 appearances, 6 wins. How do you eclipse that? And it's interesting to hear the
with
peers.
7. That's how
7.
you
No, and I'm just saying.
I mean, the way you eclipse it is
they
the
are.
same.
They said that. They said, will he get more victories? So that way you just count the victories and not the losses. And you hit the nail on the head because that's what some were referring to, man.
Well, the records exist to be broken. You know, there's amazing ones, right?
Right.
I mean, there's amazing ones you never thought would be broken, even like in the NBA with what the Warriors did.
Right.
So all I know is some incredible records get broken.
Right.
Really incredible ones, and you don't even think about it till they get close, and you say, "Geez, you're that close to that."
That's what I'm saying. So whether
that was what's his name's first fumble, whatever, Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
That was his first fumble in like
reliable.
Years.
Right.
Years.
The old Franco Harris had the same thing. But
I was so impressed. I didn't know that stat. He's like fumbled once in like 5 years or something.
Franco Harris had that same thing.
Really?
Go look at, and during the winning Super Bowl years for Pittsburgh. And it's synonymous that here is Le'Veon Bell. He just has to have a Super Bowl championship victory. But Pittsburgh is already the number 1 Super Bowl winningest team. All respects to, I know, America's team.
I hate that.
Wait a minute. Let me do this, Mario. Yes or no? Jeff Fisher fired. L.A. Rams. He got a contract extension, so you won't be able to have that argument. All right, let's go over to
already. Just new extension, or he had it before he came?
They had it before he came. They didn't want to say anything because people were campaigning that he should be fired. So if you announce the extension by contract, you stay there.
Oh, he's mediocrity.
He's that. All right, going to this before you roll up, Mario. Before you show anything, who had the best swag on the sidelines? That includes Chad Johnson. Everybody, when they said, "Look, I had the cape." Chad Johnson had the cape. Terrell Owens had the pen. He had pom-poms. But if you had to say the all-time quarterback, because I'm talking all players, who had the most swag style on the sideline, what name comes to mind? And I'm giving you a quarterback.
Kenny Stabler.
Swag. Now, I want to say stab because when
and it was a different kind of swag, but it was like he was like a Texas cowboy,
and he brought
gunslinger.
Now, on the sidelines, not on the field.
Well, the sidelines, he still. See, I'm trying to remember.
Most
of them, the bigger ones, were kind of more mellow to me. Even I think of amongst the ones today.
Right.
You know, I think Brady is probably maybe now of the modern ones, and he's the one who's in people's ass.
Think about now when I say swag, style, presence, whatever you do. But when you're on the sideline,
I don't know. Because I'm going back. I like Joe Namath back then. So
roll the screen up. Joe Namath.
No.
Joe Namath. Nobody had it.
Let's see that.
Who can wear fur coats?
I didn't know you wanted to go back.
On the sideline. Look.
Yeah, that was my man.
Apologies to Peter. I'm not.
He was also sweating.
He wore fur coats on the bench. On the side. Can they do that today? Can anybody walk? Okay, here's the question. Watch this. I got one for you.
That's funny that you led me right there. Did you know I was going to say that?
Right, yeah. It was kind of, I could have given you more information.
Right. Y'all, and I don't know this stuff. See, I don't look and fake stuff before the show.
Right.
Man, that's why he got me on that one.
So here's the day.
Wow.
All of a sudden, Giselle slips something into Tom Brady's drink. And all of a sudden, he's coming in. And he goes into the practice field. And he's going like, I'm just hitting all the marks. Belichick says, cool, go to halftime. Halftime come out. All of a sudden, Tom Brady's the last one to walk through. He comes in with a fur coat on the sideline. Does he play the second half? Does he play
After
the second
he passes the psychiatric evaluation.
Does he play the second half, man?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Belichick will let him play.
After he passes the psychiatric eval, they're going to send him in there and do a quick drug screen. They're going to have the psychiatric evaluation. They're gonna put him. They'll give him a concussion evaluation, and then the neurosurgeon. Well, he seems to be okay mentally.
I'm just saying, man.
His cognitive seems to be okay.
I'm just saying. He walks up, halftime, comes out there with a
I think they let him play after the psyche valve.
All right. Hey, look, I want to see Tom Brady break with tradition. That's all. All right, man. Simple. Going to the next one. College football playoff. Any argument and anything that's obvious that you go like, hey, it's a no-brainer. First, what team will surprise you between Washington versus Alabama and Ohio State with Clemson? Forget the polls. You can mix them up all day long. Which team you have more faith in that's going to put up a good game, man?
Well, I remember I'm not an Alabama fan.
And I wonder why.
It's Alabama.
This is jacked up. So we're trying. That's my parents'
I'm just saying. I'm a black man who grew up in the '60s. Hard to get me to be behind Alabama anything.
Dude, why you hating on Alabama?
I'm just because I'm a black man that grew up in the '60s.
Well, can we take away the black?
Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. I'm sorry. That's what I call inherent bias.
Okay, wait a minute.
States that was kicking black folks' ass.
Okay, now wait a minute. This is sports.
Okay, I'm just saying. That's why I can't get behind him.
Do you respect Bear Bryant? Rest in peace.
Well, there's some controversy. He played more black players, but he also said some controversial things too.
All right. So let me just say this: the game that you're looking forward to watching. Washington versus Bama, Clemson versus
definitely watching Washington versus Alabama.
Is it a blowout? See, it's that simple right now, man.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, Washington has
I will watch it with the air of someone who's looking for Washington to do an upset. I have been surprised at times, many times with bowls. Right. I don't know. The bowls, I just have. Right. I've just seen bowls where stuff just didn't go like I thought, and so. But Vic, so I'm a root against Alabama in general.
Okay.
So that's my bias, though. Now, I know that they're not. What's the eye? I
didn't want to give the odds because
Alabama's got to be favored over everybody. They're favored. They're number one. Good reason.
Let me say this: it'll be hard when they put the hurt on USC at the first game of the year, but everybody evolves. You get better. You deal with injuries, all this other stuff, and you get better. They put the hurt on them. Then USC gets better, puts the hurt on Washington. Then Washington comes in, wins, of course, the championship, puts the hurt on Colorado. The chances are that you turn around and say, this team will surprise you. I said, well, they had the most recent loss against USC, and USC, even right now, they say even if they play Bama, it would be a closer game, but Bama would still win. That's the thinking. My thinking is this. Do you know that in the final top 10 playoffs, as far as the top 10 teams, they only have one SEC team in the top 10, which says the SEC had a down year.
But who cares as long as it's Alabama and they kick everybody's butt?
No, I agree. But if they don't use that, when that argument comes over to the Pac-12 and they say, well, the reason why you guys not ranked higher.
Oh, for the ranking.
Right. So when you deal with the ranking, you go, so do the SEC get a pass because they had a down year? Or is that Bama really that much better? I said, there are no competitive teams. You see what they did with Florida in the championship. That team was rated 15th, I think, in the polls. Now they're going to be even further down. It's just a down year for the SEC. The up years from the Big Ten, because they actually have 4 teams in the top 10. That's why why they're knocking each other off, because the competition is different.
I just don't want to see some of those games. I want to see Ohio State and Clemson.
Well, seeing how I want to. Clemson was last year, right? Versus Bama. Good game. All right. Very good game. They know Bama. Ohio State has played Bama before. They've got some familiarity.
I just like the way Urban Meyer.
You just like the way his swag.
I just like how he comes up with good play. When it comes to big games,
right.
He don't look stressed by it. He just seems like he thrives in big games.
Okay.
Against other big teams, he just he gets all. He just gets on with it. So
okay. Let me exit question, because I got to give LA some respect on this. I only put what I call the stats for the fantasy bangers. I just put the top rushing, receiving, and passing, just for the sake of having it up there on display, but I'm not going to even get into that. A year from now, who will be your best producing team that you'll get behind, the LA Rams or the LA Lakers?
The LA Lakers.
That's too
I'm
simple.
behind the LA Lakers now.
That's too simple for you, man.
Yeah, it is. That's too simple. I'm behind the Lakers now.
Who has a better chance of winning way above 500 in 1 year? Rams or Lakers? Because you see what's happening
The
with
Lakers.
the Lakers. Okay. All right. I'm just.
They might hit 500.
Not this year.
Around it.
Oh, next year.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Like I said, let's see. I'm not. Remember, I'm happy with the growth and progress rate and all that.
Okay.
So I don't need to have a meet. I like where it's headed. There's a changing culture.
Right. I tell you what. I'm with you there. I see. I think the Rams already have the talent because last year they were all at 500, and all of a sudden, whatever happened this year, they're just going like this. It's the same talent. It's gotten better. The quarterback may have changed, but the quarterback wasn't the issue.
Quarterback actually looked better than I thought.
So
I'm back with Jeff Fisher, aren't you?
I'm just sitting here.
Well, there we go. Because everybody,
we're sitting here.
There's a bunch of areas of the Rams that look better than I thought.
Yeah.
That's why I'm back at Jeff Fisher, though.
The rushing is taking a hit because they can tune in to the quarterback.
Defense looks better than I thought in a lot of ways.
Oh, dude, you're talking about that's what they were known for last year. Now they're giving up all the points.
Well, maybe just because they have heartbroken.
All right, dude, I'm out of here, man. That's my New Sports. I'm done.
Everybody, that's Victor Allen's New Sports. Brought to you every week, a recurring segment of the Morning Cup with Mario show. That's right. You can watch it every week. Be here live on Mondays. Victor Allen's fan-based view of sports. Yeah. Yeah.
One down.